In the Eastern contemplative traditions, there's the concept of monkey mind. So, what is the monkey mind? The monkey mind is this mental chatter which is always going on in the background. This this thought, this long chain of thoughts which always keeps on running. So you have one thought, then you have another thought, then you have another thought, and it could all start because of a very simple stimulus. So you get a thought, and then you find a link or a relation with another thing, and you jump onto that thing. So what is the context in which monkey mind is placed, and how is monkey mind relevant to the contemplative traditions? Actually, according to the Eastern contemplative traditions, the monkey mind, this chain of thoughts, is what makes us squirm, or is what makes us feel elated simply because of our thoughts. So when we have a thought, for example, it is a positive thought, and it leads to us, we are thinking about getting something, or it is a happy thought. So it makes us happy, it makes us feel elated. And for example, if I think I may get a promotion, so that thought might trigger happy feelings in me, so I go after that thought. Similarly, if I get negative thoughts, they may be no, they may trigger negative feelings inside me. For example, if I get a negative thought uh, which pertains to a certain family member, and I feel hatred towards that member, so that will create feelings of hatred and anger in me. So the problem with the monkey mind is that monkey mind speaks a lot. It's always going on in the background. Whatever you do, whatever activity you are doing, even while you are talking, you're always thinking something in the background. So the according to the Eastern mystics and the contemplative tradition people, the problem with the monkey mind is that we sort of start flowing with the thoughts, and we lose awareness of the present moment, and we are not in the moment, and we are following the chain of thought. There is a old Tibetan quote which relates to this. It says, when you can see the river, that means you are out of the river. When you are in the river, you cannot see the river. So what this means is, when you are in the river, the flow of the monkey mind, you cannot watch it. But if you can see your own thoughts, you can be aware of them. And if you can see the river, that means you are at a safe distance from the river, you are not flowing along with it. But when you are in the middle of the river, you are just getting carried away by the river. So this way, the aim of a lot of meditations is to train yourself in recognition of the thoughts that come to us in this mental chatter. And the remedy prescribed is also pretty simple. You are not supposed to do anything to counteract a negative thought. You have to be simply aware of the thought. So when you are simply aware of the thought, you sort of release the thought. You don't flow away with it. When you can see it, that means you are aware of it, and you are aware of what you are thinking, and you are not going there. Another example of the conditioning of our minds, which is often presented in the case of monkey mind, is the way our dog is trained to go after a stick. So the way a stick is thrown, that refers to the original impulse of our thoughts. So any stimuli comes into our purview, or any thought pops up, we immediately go after it, like a dog goes after catching a stick. So, and it's not hard to see how monkey mind causes wreck and havoc in many people's lives, because a lot of people are plagued by negative thoughts. This is also a subject of many Western therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. It's all about dealing with your negative thoughts and how to counteract them. So, eh, people who are plagued by negative thoughts, who get a lot of negative thoughts, they accept them, or they get afraid of them, they react to them. So these are the two ways that we usually deal with thoughts. Either we accept them, either we fight back. So both these ways are considered to be not a good way of dealing with them in the Eastern traditions. For example, I may get a negative thought that I am a loser. So I may accept this thought, and by accepting this, I lower my self-esteem. My I lower my value in my own eyes. And the other way is, if this thought comes to me that I am a loser, so I sort of try to run away from this thought. I try to get away from the thought. So this strategy is slightly better than accepting the negative thought, but it still instills a fear of negative thoughts in your system. So it's like panic of a panic. So there are many ways to deal with negative thoughts under cognitive behavior therapy, which is one of the good tools that are available to people who want to deal with their own thoughts. And in people who are clinically depressed, we see they have a lot of negative thoughts, a lot of bad thoughts which keep on coming in their mind. So the way CBT works at this is, it it tells them, it gives them a way to counteract these thoughts, most of them which are distorted. So there are a lot of cognitive distortions which we all deal with less or more in our daily life. So CBT gives you a list of 10 to 16 cognitive distortions which which make which help you spot them in your daily life and in the thoughts you have. So the CBT makes you write down your thoughts, and this is a big difference from religions like Buddhism, because they don't say that you should write your thoughts. Maybe because in the olden times, the the writing scrolls and ink were really expensive. Not everyone knew how to read or write, but certainly writing down your thoughts is a good scientifically proven method that you can use to counteract negative thoughts.